how to use Photomerge in Adobe Bridge. So we have our bridge open, and in Bridge you can see that we have multiple pictures here. So to make this easy for us, I've taken a bunch of generic pictures of different landscapes just so that you can see how this works. So what we have here is we're going to select the first photograph, the second photograph, and the third photograph. And if you look, you can see here, this is the reflection, this is the mid sky, and this is the upper sky. And this sun flare we can get rid of. I'll show you how to do that too. To select multiple images in Bridge, you can hold down your Command or your Alt button or your Control button on Windows. So on the Mac it's Command and just left click with your mouse. For those of you that use a Mac mouse, I use a thumb ball, so I have left click, right click, and thumb wheel. I think that's the best for Photoshop because it opens up all your options and gives you your alternate menus. So let's put these three pictures together. Up here in the menu bar, you go to Tools, and that'll bring up your Photoshop tools. Now if you have Illustrator, which I have on my PC, and other Adobe software, they'll all show up here because Bridge works in a lot of other programs. But we can easily go to Photomerge and just click Photomerge, and that's going to bring up a new dialog. And of course, I must have something going on in Photoshop. So I have to turn Photoshop off. There we go. Let's try that again. So we go to Tools, Photoshop, Photomerge. And that'll open up the dialog for, you'll see your three images right here, and it will merge RAW files and or JPEGs, TIFFs, as long as they're not too overly large. I usually leave it on auto. Occasionally you'll have to go to spherical, but auto seems to work fine. The Photoshop is pretty smart about this stuff. Then all you have to do is hit OK. Once you hit OK, it's going to open the three pictures in its own area in Photoshop, and you'll see them populate here in a second. So here's the first one here, looking over here on the right hand side. That's the upper one. And it takes a second for this to happen, especially if you have massive files. Like some of my camera raw files are they're 8 megs a piece, especially when I'm shooting at maximum resolution. So you just have to just be patient. And a lot of it depends on how much memory you have in your Mac and your PC. Alright, so here it is. It automatically put all three images together. Now this is what I use to create all my panos. So here's the bottom one with the reflection. Here's the mid one. You can see it by turning this one off. You can see the difference. Okay, that's your bottom one. That's your top one. So usually at this point, once I do that, I will duplicate these layers, and then I will merge them. And that is right here. Now you have a working copy, and it's ready to go. Now you have the masters here, which are the original photos, unaltered, unchanged, unstretched, in the event that you need to do something again. So what I normally would do is I create another copy in the event that I screw this one up so badly that I need to start over. So this becomes my base copy. this one becomes my working copy. Now we had talked about this sun flare here. Over here on the left hand side, go to your healing tool, click on that, spot healing brush. Using your brackets right, you can expand it. Brackets left, you can expand it, make it bigger on the right, make it smaller on the left. So brackets right, just encompass it, click. There it goes. Okay, apologize for that. Computer was having a seizure. Alright, so it's going just like that. Because you have a lot of negative space in this area that's all the same color, it's very easy for the computer to extrapolate it and remove it. Now if you have little tiny flecks of dust on your lens, which I can see I have here, so we'll just go brackets left, and we will come down here, and that will remove the dust specks that I see in my photograph. And then you can see there's something, a smudge or something down here in the water, and it's gone. Now you can stretch this to make it straight, or you can just crop it, which is all I'm going to do. So I'm going to use the crop tool. Some older versions of Photoshop, you have to select your crop like you do the rectangle tool with your marching ants. So in this one, we're just going to pull it in. I always pull a little bit from the top, that way I don't get any white. And you double click, and the computer will do what it wants to do. Your Mac will do it, and it will cut it. Now you have it perfectly. And if you want to check your horizons, make sure you're level. Just pull down a guide ruler, and you can see that our horizon's level. So, if you're not 100% sure, check the bridge right there. There's the bridge. That's a quick and easy way of learning how to merge photos in Adobe Bridge using the tools in Photoshop.